Hello, and welcome to the Reselling Report for today, Thursday, April 30th, 2020. I'm your host, Ann Eckhart, and every weekday morning I upload the Reselling Report here to YouTube to update you on the day's retail and e-commerce news, including the latest from eBay, Amazon, Etsy, Mercari, and Poshmark. If you haven't done so already, I hope you'll subscribe. And now let's get on with today's show. So it is the last day of April. Just a reminder, if you pay quarterly sales tax and quarterly income tax, they're due today. So get on that and get those taken care of. We have made it through another month. And yeah, this was a month and a half now since the coronavirus outbreak. So we are now going to be heading into the third month of most of the country still being shut down, although things are starting to open up depending on where you live. Here in the county I live in Iowa, we are firmly still shut down because we are the center of the outbreak in Iowa. Yes, we're number one. But other parts of Iowa are starting to open up. So this will be the first weekend that there will be a lot more open in the country than has been for several weeks now. So it will be interesting to see how things play out in places where things are opening up. So that'll be, I'm sure, a big news story over the weekend. The news places will be out in the states, counties, cities where things are starting to open up. So if that's where you live, I say wear a mask. If everybody would wear a mask, everybody wears a mask, then the transmission rate of the virus decreases greatly because you wear a mask to prevent spreading the virus to somebody else. They wear a mask to prevent spreading the virus to you. Everybody wears a mask, goes down. I don't know why it's taken so long to figure this out and enforce it. But anyway, wear a mask. Hope you have a mask. I'm still waiting for my box of masks to arrive that I ordered like a week ago. They're still on the way, but yeah, I'm waiting for the masks that I ordered. I do have some of those N95 masks, a few of them, and they are oppressive. I cannot breathe. I do not like them, so I'm waiting for a little lighter weight mask to arrive. So as soon as those come, that's when I'll make my next grocery store run. Until then, I'm staying home. So let's get into the reselling sites themselves. There is a new episode of the eBay for Business podcast, episode 88, Checking in with Sellers, Sellers Initiated Offers and Running a Charity During COVID-19. Featured guests Maggie Donnells, the eBay seller guest, Lori Wong and her employees, Majali Cruz, and Chris Moultrie, eBay seller guests, Spencer Apland, eBay seller guest, GIF, and Alan Nisbet. According to the little paragraph here about the podcast this week's eBay engineer, Maggie Donnells, steps up to the podcast mic to talk about a new enhancement to the local pickups option. eBay seller and 2016 Shine Grand Prize winner Lori Wong talks with Griff, did I say GIF? It's Griff, about how the pandemic is impacting her charity business on eBay, Reflections of Charity. Lori will also introduce us to two of her employees, and eBay seller Spencer Apland shares how he leverages send offer to buyers to help boost sales. Griff and Alan answer a few seller questions. Alan has a big announcement to have your questions answered on the eBay for Business podcast. He gives the information to call and email. Obviously, this one already went up, but if you want to call or email and leave questions for the next show, you can. And then over on the e-commerce Bites blog, they talk about the podcast in a post titled, eBay just gave sellers a reason to offer local pickup. Newsflash, eBay is introducing delivery confirmation for local pickup. It could be a game changer since many sellers haven't wanted to take the risk of local buyers filing item not received claims with no way to prove the buyer took possession of the item. eBay requires sellers to refund item not as received claims unless they can provide a tracking number showing the item was delivered. But eBay is introducing QR codes that will serve as proof of delivery for local pickup orders. eBay engineer Maggie Donnells announced the new feature during the latest eBay for Business podcast. She said without tracking information, you could potentially expose yourself to a seller defect on your account, and then explained how the new feature worked through the use of QR codes. The buyer will now receive a QR code and a 6-digit code with their order confirmation email. They will present that to the seller when they go and meet to exchange the product, and all the seller has to do is through the app. They'll scan that QR code, which will generate a tracking number and will mark the item as delivered across all of our platforms. Unfortunately, if a seller hasn't selected local pickup as an option, the new feature won't work if a buyer makes a request to pick up the item in person. I would hope that in the future we can solve that problem, Donald said. That is a huge problem with shipping. I know that. The buyer has selected shipping, but you realize they live just down the street from you, so why not just drop it off? Dynamic shipping isn't available yet. I know that is a big concern, though, for our sellers. In addition to providing a QR code, eBay provides a numerical code that the seller can type into their app, an option for sellers who don't want to give eBay permission to access their phone's camera. The code also helps sellers adhere to social distancing. The buyer can read out the number to the seller, who can input it into the app on their phone. All you have to do is relay the numbers to the seller. They don't actually have to be within distance to scan the CR code. Could I just put my phone up to the window and they could do it? Like, I don't even want to go outside and be out with some strange person. So anyway, but the new feature is rolling out first to buyers and sellers in the US. We're going to try to see how that works, and then soon enough, we'll expand it to the UK and Germany. I know that local pickup is very popular in those sites, so we're looking to expand it to our big 7. So the UK, Germany, Australia, and then France, Italy, and Spain. And of course, the US. I didn't know we were the big 7. So woohoo, big 7. US, UK, Germany, Australia, France, Italy, Spain. I don't ship to Italy. I don't care if they're in the big 7. That postal service in Italy loses packages and sits on them forever. Anywho, this article concludes by saying the new feature could help eBay win back sales from sellers who have turned to Facebook Marketplace and mobile selling apps to sell locally rather than open themselves up to the risk involved in using local pickup on eBay. So that's interesting. If you like the local pickup options, through Facebook Marketplace, then this is a option for you, of course, to go through eBay. Now, then that means you're going to have the fees and whatnot. But if this makes you feel more comfortable doing local pickup, then there's that. So yeah, let me know if this is something that you would think about using. Poshmark has announced a new seller tool. According to a post on the Posh Life by Poshmark blog, new seller tool. Bring your listings to life with Posh Stories. Say hello to Posh Stories, a new seller tool that takes poshing beyond the closet and helps you bring your listings to life. With Posh Stories, the possibilities are endless. There's a lot of P's in this story. It's a powerful way to sell, connect, and shop all through video. Everyone has unique stories, and we can't wait to see yours on Poshmark. Then there is a video that shows you how it works. Just says bring your listings to life, showcase and sell your listings in short videos and photos that disappear in 48 hours. Soon, you'll even be able to highlight these stories in your listings. You can make your stories shoppable by tagging your listings to make it easy for shoppers to discover and shop your items right from stories. When you tag a listing or posher, your story will automatically appear on their story. Connect with your community by supporting and connecting with other poshers by liking and sharing their stories to spread the hashtag #PoshLove. P.S. We'll be gradually rolling out Posh Stories to the entire community. If you don't see it just yet, stay tuned. So that is interesting. It's almost like a Instagram type feature, right? With the Instagram stories, Posh Stories. So an interesting feature to make Poshmark even more interactive. And I think, from a buyer point of view, if I was purchasing something online, it's always good to see a video, and it'll just be interesting to see how these work. Poshmark has the most successful Poshmark sellers, I think, have a nice aesthetic look to their listings. Not all, but a lot. And so it'll be interesting to try to then create videos that have a really nice aesthetic look to them, not just having a shaky, grainy video of some, pair of pants lying on the floor. So, let me know if you now have access to the Posh Stories feature on Poshmark. Sticking with Poshmark for just a moment here, there are some more updates over on the Poshmark for Business Facebook page, or Poshmark Business Facebook page. I want to say eBay for Business has a Facebook page. Poshmark just has a Facebook page. But anyway, the Poshmark Facebook page, they've uploaded more digital downloads, or else they've just kind of bumped this one to the top so you can get wallpapers and Zoom backgrounds. Posh Love, Posh Boss, some other things. They have posted on Facebook about their Posh stories. They have a new inspirational quote, "Don't quit." And they're featuring Posh Boss Babe, Posh Organizer, and her hustle. Although I think this is just a picture. No, it's not an article. It's just a picture of featuring a seller. And then the Poshmark podcast Roundup. Whew! I don't do well with the P's. So we have the Poshmark podcast Roundup. Let's see who they're talking about this week. Oh, it's the same people that they featured before. Yeah, we've got business, podcasts by Poshers, society and culture, comedy, and true crime. So it looks like they're just kind of bumping up. Yeah, this was from March 28th. Oh, clever Poshmark. They're just reposting stuff that they already posted in the past. But that's what's going over on the Poshmark Facebook page. I don't have any Etsy news to share with you today, so since I'm over on Facebook for Poshmark, let's go over to the Etsy Facebook page and see what they are posting. They are featuring wooden house photo holders and trays for your bathroom tub, and they have floral nail decor. No, what is it? Decals. Floral nail decals, not floral nail decor. Although, why not paint a nail with a floral print and hammer it in your wall? Then they are featuring quilts and pet beds. So they also have a little pen designed by Etsy illustrator and one-woman shop, Justine Gil Bueno. Your terrific little enamel pen, crocheted rugs. We've got plants. And, watch this incredibly satisfying pottery carving. Well, that is satisfying. You'll have to go over to the Etsy Facebook page to see this very satisfying pottery carving technique, which is actually very satisfying. So anyway, that's what little bit of PR Etsy is doing over on their Facebook page. And finally today, if you are an Amazon seller, there's a new article on adweek.com titled "Third-Party Sellers Aren't Surprised. Amazon is Reportedly Looking at Their Data." This article reads, an investigation by the Wall Street Journal last week found Amazon has assessed third-party seller data to inform its private label business, a practice the platform has repeatedly denied engaging in. We prohibit the use of individual sellers' information to compete with them through our first-party offerings, including our private label products, Amazon told Adweek in May 2019. When asked for comment, an Amazon spokesman reiterated that the platform strictly prohibits employees from using non-public, seller-specific data to determine which private label products to launch, and said Amazon is conducting an internal investigation, even though it does not believe the Wall Street Journal's claims are accurate. Analysts and sellers, however, are not at all surprised. Then they quote a senior principal at Gartner and a lead Amazon analyst who said rumors about Amazon using data from its third-party sellers to better position its own products have swirled since the founding of its private label business in 2007. He said third-party data on the category level is a good business acumen, adding for them not to use it would be myopic? Yeah. Colin Doretta, CEO of personalized nutrition company Wealth Pass Solution, has always assumed Amazon was using this data to determine what private label products to make. And Jonathan Weber, a private third-party seller focused on outdoor equipment and office supplies, agreed the news is not surprising at all. In fact, he previously told Adweek that he's certain Amazon was accessing aggregated sales data among sellers. The only thing that I did not know was how Amazon would attempt to justify this and how thin their definition would actually be. Per the Wall Street Journal, Amazon defies aggregate. Am I saying that right? Aggregate. Data as data about products offered by multiple sellers. My assumption, and the assumption of many Amazon sellers, was this data means sales across an entire product category or market. However, Amazon seems to be considering this data the sales of any product with multiple offers which encompasses virtually all non-private label products on an SKU level. In addition, the Wall Street Journal said Amazon considers items sold by one seller as well as through Amazon Warehouse, where Amazon resells returned items as a discount, part of this data too. This, Weber said, means third-party sellers who use Amazon's fulfillment by Amazon service can be lumped in because Amazon sells its own lost or damaged inventory through the warehouse program. So yeah, interesting. I mean, I always would have thought that Amazon is collecting data on everything that is being sold, whether they're selling it or a third party, because they then are going to want to make that something that they can sell themselves, whether it's something they can source from a supplier directly or something that they can create through their private label enterprise. So interesting. But yeah, anything Amazon does doesn't surprise me. Like, really? Of course, they're going to figure out what the best sellers are and look to compete in that. And it sounds like most sellers also knew that as well, even though Amazon keeps denying it. And that is a wrap on today's show. If you liked it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment, even if it's just a hello or an emoji. The thumbs up and the comments really help push the show up in YouTube's algorithm. So I appreciate anything that you can leave in the comments as well as those thumbs up. Be sure to check out the show notes below the video for links to the articles I referenced. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.